surrounded by assholes.
お帰りなさいませ、ご主人様。
And so I tell the waitress, that's not your tip, that's my penis.
Really?
That's very
Yes,
unfortunate.
that was the world's greatest joke, ladies and gentlemen, and you have missed it all. But again, I welcome you back to Make That Face Support Group, where we do whatever this is. Today, we've got our...
Talk about some old bullshit.
Today, we've got two guests. One you know, one new. First guest today, Olaf. We've had him here before.
Yeah, that's true. You have.
As you all know, Olaf is a boomer.
No.
Let's get to him later. And next we have Kiryu. Not the good Kiryu, or that other good Kiryu. It's our Kiryu.
I'm the Kiryu your mama warned you about.
He's the Kiryu that I think the Bible warned, because there's something about like a 7-headed beast and something like that. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with him, but we'll find out in the future. Guys, new episode. After so long, we've had a lot of delays because of different things, but we're back. So we'll kick it off real easy. Kiryu, how's the week been going for you?
It's been going alright. Had an interview not too long ago. Hopefully I'll be in a full-time position earning actual money instead of breaking my back to the crack of UPS whips.
Are you no longer happy with the money situation, or is it more just like the work in general?
It's more that I need to get the fuck out before I start shooting people.
The worst thing is, as a UPS package guy, you can't even use the term going postal and have it be funny.
No. People usually makes the pun, and it gets progressively less and less funny.
I've known a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. I've known a few people that have worked for UPS, and the experiences never end well for whatever reason.
It's because it's hard, it's sweaty, and they will extract some blood from you, one way or another.
Oh shit.
I lost 3 good weeks, a pair of glasses, and then 4 months of getting rides up to the UPS plant, all to the demon god that is UPS. I would never recommend anyone work for them. And that leads me to our sponsor for today, UPS.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Olaf, how's your week?
Alright. Still kind of been feeling weird. I don't know. I've never felt like this before. Got weird dizzy spells that come and go. I don't know what's going on. But
maybe you're finally...
Work-wise, it's been okay.
Maybe you're finally growing a heart, Tin Man.
Nope. Not possible.
Yes, that's right. The wizard is long dead in this universe. That's unfortunate.
That's right. The wizard is dead.
I mean, everyone here is a wizard, let's be honest.
Not me. You guys might be. I'm good. I'm very good.
Yeah, well... Yeah, we know.
Yeah, damn right you know. And as we know, no one ever acts cross out of his weekend going. But my week, it's gonna... I mean, obviously I went to the loony bin for a day, so that was interesting. And today I got to hang out with some Japanese foreign exchange students at my college. Nice people.
You seem to have had...
Yeah, if anybody, I'd say those are the people you probably want to get in with, just because they're probably the most interesting to someone in your area of the country, yeah. I guess.
Well, here's the other thing is, though, they were actually genuinely surprised by the amount of knowledge I had on, Japan as a country. The fact that I knew what Shinto was and that I knew Golden Week was a thing. It took very basic knowledge to surprise them. Which, I don't know if that just means that the bar is so low that they don't expect anyone to know anything or what. But...
I mean, what most people get is like anime and monster movies, and that's about it.
And I have so far done very well to avoid mentioning anything about anime or anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure if you actually like drop some knowledge, not just with them, but with like anybody from a foreign country, you drop some like kind of obscure knowledge, I'm sure it's pretty easy to impress them because, well, we kind of know how most people's views of Americans are,
Sure.
especially in your neck of the woods. No offense.
None taken. The weirder part is that they decided to come to my university, and it's not a very prestigious university, and they came here from like a much larger, much better like college that's in the state. I don't understand it, but hey, cool. I get to hang out with some Japanese people, and I even managed to exchange a number with a guy that lives in my dorm.
Yeah, because when you were first telling me that, I was kind of surprised that there were even any Asian foreign exchange students in a university in your state. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't seem like it would be a thing.
Well, I mean, it's even weirder that like they're Japanese, like maybe Chinese or Korean. I can understand. I mean, like years ago when I first went here for a semester, we had a girl that was a foreign exchange student from like Ukraine, and like that's not. It doesn't really make sense to me either, but it makes more sense than like a Japanese exchange student here. Regardless, though,
Maybe they just want the authentic American experience.
American Johnny, do your famous American Johnny say.
Fucking excuse you?
Wild West cowboy.
American Johnny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you, right?
I will say this though, I got to play like foosball, table tennis, or table soccer with these two girls. One was an actual like exchange student, and one is so actually a couple of the people that were here they came down from the university they used to go to, which is like an hour away, to hang out with the people that are here now. And one of them was just like normal
Right.
white girl.
They took a road trip to come down and hang with friends at another campus.
Pretty
or
much.
Whatever.
And I
Okay.
played table tennis. I did good, my guys. I played against this really cute girl. I
And you destroyed her.
no.
Fucking crushed your hopes.
See, the
and
worst part
dreams.
is, one of the girls I could not win against because I'm just bad, and the other one I let win on purpose because that seemed like the smart idea, considering I really wanted her to, you know, the old strategy of let the girl win.
Lord above. Oh, God.
What? You don't think that's a good strategy?
Nah, fuck
Oh,
that
come
shit.
on. Regardless of,
Or at least don't make it. As long as you didn't make it obvious.
well, no,
I guess. Not a-
I got the score up to even.
All
yeah.
right.
I mean, if it's at least even, then I guess it's fine.
But no, they're cute. There's also this one girl that's like blonde, like she dyed her hair like blonde, and she got like red highlights at the tips. She seems pretty. I forget what the actual style for that is, but it's like that very like rebellious sort of look.
Insane.
But it's cool. No, like Asian women who do like the thing that normal like white women do, they're not actually insane. I don't think that sort of thing crosses like racial lines.
Yeah, I don't know. It's becoming more prevalent all over the world. So I mean, you really can't
Yeah.
tell. But I still give them a wide berth here in our
Yeah.
country if I see them.
So that leads us into our first topic for this episode, and it's kind of going off last episode. Now, I have to say this before we get into the topic, which is last episode, if you've listened, is probably my worst episode. I got about halfway into it before a certain Frenchman's constant and other.
Oh, I didn't
filling.
listen. Did you snap on Mello in the middle of his podcast?
No, in the middle of the podcast, I just gave up editing because I genuinely could not sit there any longer and go in and meticulously edit out Mello's constant, like, vocal fry. So I have to apologize to
Oh,
all
man.
listeners. That episode is really bad, even though our great artist and thumbnail maker Fry put a lot of work into that really great thumbnail. Look,
See, now I
But-
feel bad because we were just saying about how we need to stop being mean to him, and now everyone who listens to the episode, including probably Mello himself, is gonna hear that and be like, "Oh,
Oh god damn it! I need to try and make my voice not so annoying and stop with the verbal tics.
he's gonna sit there and go, I hate you fucking guys so
Mhm.
much."
well,
You guys are assholes.
well, luckily for us, Mello doesn't listen to these episodes because Mello had not listened to any episodes except for most recently when he had to take a flight somewhere. He listened to all of the episodes currently while he was waiting in the terminal. Mello does not have time to listen to the podcast, so we can shit talk him as much as we want, and he'll never know.
like
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Constantly trying to overthrow me, usurp my position. Like, fuck that guy.
He thinks he's so great.
Dating
'Cause
issues.
he's. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, that's.
Kiryu, tell us, how do you feel about the dating scene?
I feel like the only winning move is not to play.
That is a very strong conviction. Olaf, your reply.
I mean, I don't participate in it, so I don't know.
So,
They're asking two losers about what they think
But-
about dating.
But from an outsider's perspective, it seems like a hellscape,
Hmm.
and it definitely doesn't look fun anymore.
see, last episode we went in depth between Mello and Olaf, two different people. Mello, former incel sort of thing, but now in a very committed relationship. And Olaf, who is, I would not say an incel, but is more I guess you could call yourself a MGTOW, but you don't associate with that group of people. But you have very different ideas on the dating scene nowadays. But Kiryu and you both have a very, I would say, issues with dating that don't really depend on the dating scene itself. I would say it's more self-image sort of thing. Because I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with you two, so you could definitely date if you wanted to, but you don't really try to, I feel. Is that correct?
I think so, yeah. That seems about accurate. Because, like, it seems that what the dating scene promises, or at least from what I've experienced of it, I've been on a few of those dating apps, fucking Bumble and whatever the fuck it's called, the other one.
There's like a million of a man, plenty of fish, Tinder,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I think it was Tinder. Like Bumble and Tinder. It was a lot of swinging for the fences, but nothing.
So, I'll ask a question about that. Like, using Bumble and stuff, like, how is that? Does it work? Like, can you
You'll-
reliably get a date?
Well, I never got one.
I mean-
so
Oh,
I
well-
can't speak for
I mean,
veracity.
Well,
I
there
mean,
we go.
I used Tinder and I got 2 relationships out of it. So you can't say that's just like
Really?
a dead end or it's not a viable solution. I mean, I wouldn't say it's ideal considering both of my relationships failed, you know?
I mean, it's absolutely not ideal, but that's how things are done nowadays. Nobody bumps into each other at a bookstore and kicks things off. This isn't the 1960s.
Oh, no. I mean, you can still meet people at a bookstore or something.
You can, but I mean, it is way, way, way harder.
I would mostly, again, I don't want to retread the entirety of the last third of our episode last time, but I would say I'm more optimistic about dating depending on your area. I mean, again, like, Olaf is in Florida. It's an ideal place for dating. And,
It depends
yeah,
on
true,
where.
true. Kiryu is in New Jersey. I mean,
Oh,
Aspects are
aspects
poor.
are poor, but you could go to New York.
Why?
I mean, the dating pool is much bigger. It's
It's big. it's bigger, but the water has been replaced with battery acid.
And I mean, New York City is literally becoming Escape from New York.
You are
so-
correct, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you can't say you've tried everything until you've tried going drinking from the battery acid water fountain.
Fuck yeah.
I am. I mean, I guess it could work, but at the same time, I have water here, so why would I drink the battery
Well,
acid?
mostly because seemingly you're not drinking the water there. You see what I mean?
He will not be talked down to.
You
Let's not get to that
not
right
yet,
now.
not yet. Almost a good segue
Though
though.
the wizard can wait.
Oh, legendary time.
What a fantastic day to be alive. Anyway, it's possible that something might happen there, but I'm not terribly optimistic about it. It's I don't even think it's a me issue. It could be a me issue. I'm not completely ruling it out. I'm not exactly the best person to be around, as some people might tell you, especially at times, but
Well, I mean, whenever you went to that con, you did very well for yourself. I mean, you got
I have to assume that she was drunk.
Kiryu, I hate to tell you this, man. The secret to dating is you meet the women when they're drunk. That's how most relationships start. And you're
There you
right
go.
next to New York, where guess what? A lot of clubs, a lot of very drunk women. Now, I'm not saying you should try anything with them, but I am saying it's a very good fishing spot to actually meet people.
Maybe talking to people that are obliterated is a good confidence booster, since they're most likely going to respond positively.
Besides, you don't even necessarily have to go to NYC. I guess you could try to go to upstate New York, like go to Rochester or something. Don't know why you would ever go to Rochester, but that's an option.
There's options, and then there's options. But we'll see. I might plan a trip into the city or into upstate New York just to see what's going on. And if something happens, it happens. If not, then, well, I tried.
Well, my only advice to you is don't get killed. Literally.
Okay, well,
I won't. I will be sure to put not dying up the top of my priorities
Seriously,
list.
don't die. If you're not in the server, I have to pick up the slack. And you do a lot of posting, I myself don't have to. You keep things alive when I'm not around, and for that, I'm grateful. So if you're dead...
I think I know what you mean.
Do you? Because I'm not even sure you know what I mean.
You said you post a lot of things that you don't have to post yourself. Are you talking about maybe
No, you're...
in the underbelly?
No, you're not you're misunderstanding. I'm saying that literally Kiryu is active enough that I don't have to be active all the time.
Oh, I think a lot of us are active.
Yeah,
enough.
I suppose so. I guess it's more just I see Kiryu a lot.
No, because I was going to say I know a lot of us are active. That's why I thought you were taking it the adult route.
Oh yeah, that Kiryu was the guy in the trench coat. Like, what do you guys want? I got one of everything, even the things you don't want. Too bad, you're gonna see it.
Yep.
Listen, I try to cast as wide a net as possible, and sometimes I catch things you might be interested
Boy,
in.
if only fake women were real.
Oh man, it would be great.
Yeah, no shit.
But you know what really is a weird thing about you guys? And it's the thing, I won't be talked down to by a foot fetishist and a fat fetishist.
Dude, that's one of the funniest things I've ever read in my life.
I can't. Why? He got so pissed off over basically nothing.
Man. Do you guys want...
We were talking about jobs, and he was like, I do a lot to help my community, or something like he was being really weird and nebulous about his job, because like he always took his OPSEC super seriously and never wanted to say anything about anything.
Except for
He
the
was
fact
like-
that he fucked a married woman. He was very open about that.
Well, yeah, but I'm
Is
talking
that-
about like his personal information.
Like, is that really the high point of your life? Is boning a woman who's married to someone else?
I mean, he wasn't happy
He was
about
very
it,
depressed about it,
but
but I mean,
but still, he did it.
I would have been more okay if he wasn't depressed about it. It's the fact that he got like super sad about it afterwards. Like, dude, if you did it, at least like have the balls and bravado to be like, yeah, I did it. You gonna say something? Don't do it, then be like, oh, I can't believe I did that.
I mean, it's okay to have regrets, but at the same time, to just keep harping on about
Okay,
it
but if
seems like a bitch move.
especially if you're a self-purported Giga Chad who is, an expert in nuclear engineering and expert in everything. You are a perfect physique. You have so many different women every night, and you're obviously the most important person in a server. And you're the most normal person. Your crippling alcoholism is it's not a bad thing. Your crippling alcoholism and the fact you're not in AA and you're just trying to deal with it yourself. You're totally the Giga Chads of Giga Chads.
Yeah, you're Mr. Big Shot, but you're slumming it with a bunch of retards like us.
Yeah, that's what I never understood. It's like it almost seemed like he stayed in here just to like be able to take jabs at everybody else.
That's pretty much what I think it was. And the weird thing is, like, he's constantly going on about how, like, oh, I'm not like you guys. I'm normal. I'm blah blah blah. But then it's like, dude, you're posting Splatoon porn just like the rest of us. You're not normal, man. Like, I'm not saying you can't be you can be okay. Let me rephrase that. You keep saying he's a normie, like he's an actual normie, but no, normies are not going to be posting like Splatoon NSFW. They're just not. So, I mean, you're already disproving your own like statement, my man.
What are you talking about? Splatoon R34 is normcore as shit.
Yeah. Turn that down.
Great. Whoever did that just ruined the recording. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Gotta start all over. 24 minutes in, and recording's ruined. Just ruined. Okay. So.
Sorry about
it's fine. Do you guys want to share favorite wizard stories, or do you just want to talk about the actual incident?
I don't really remember any other incidents. I just remember that he was snarky all the time for no reason.
Yeah, I only remember him being kind of a wise ass and not much
I can't,
other than that.
I can't focus in on like any particular thing that like he said. I just know that he would always swing in and be a dick when people were just like trying to have a normal conversation.
All right. I guess we'll just talk about the story then. As Olaf said earlier, we used to have a guy in our server called Aluminum Wizard. Or, Tin Magician. Whatever metal and sorcerer practicing of magic you want to put in a combination, that's what his name is.
Iron Warlock.
Yep. Though I feel like Iron is too good for him. Regardless, for some reason, one day, you two were talking about jobs, something or other, and
I don't even remember exactly what it was. I just remember I said the word nebulous, and then that's when he said he wouldn't be the fuck down to and left.
It's just so strange because he goes on like, I am a big part of my community. Like, my man, what are you doing in your community that is so important? I just don't understand. You don't seem like you're a person that is going to soup kitchens every week.
Okay, I'm looking up the conversation. Kiryu was complaining about the aforementioned job at UPS, strangely enough. And then Wizard said that he leads a contemptible existence. Damn. And then
I
Kiryu
don't
said,
even remember that, Burn. Like, goddamn.
he said that your existence is contemptible. Holy fuck.
Wow.
And you're like, well, I am a package stacker at UPS. He's like, you're just a brick in the wall. You said, okay, and what do you do? And he said, I do work in my own life and community to make things a little better. That's when I said, that's rather nebulous. Then he said, yeah, I'm not going to be talked down to by you know what and you know what. And then he vanished. Like, what the fuck?
Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, bitch.
Man.
Like, that, like, you literally just asked him, like, and what do you do for a living? And he gave this really, really vague, weird answer. And then I just said, okay, that's kind of nebulous. And then he got pissed off and left. Like, okay.
You know what that tells me? He doesn't do a goddamn thing, and he just talks a big game without, lifting a finger. So fuck him.
And
whoever he is now, I hope he's doing poorly.
yes, they deserve to. Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he rots in hell.
Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
And just like that, nothing of value was lost.
Yeah, because then I remember everyone else came, like, because nobody else was around when that conversation happened. And then, like, Bad and a bunch of other people were like, wait, he left? What the fuck? Why? Then I told them, and they were like, Jesus, that's funny.
Speaking of jobs, both of you guys do pretty grindy sort of jobs. Gary, you mentioned earlier that you work for UPS. Tell us, what's the 9 to 5 grind like in the UPS industry?
For me, it's more like a 5 to 9 since it's part time and it's the twilight shift. Well, first I walk in. I spend about 15 minutes dreading what's happening. I sweat for about 4 hours, and then I come home wanting to kill myself.
Based.
Sounds about right. And how do you make it through the week, Kiryu?
I pretend that I quit every day and gave my boss the middle finger.
And when you do leave eventually, will you give your boss the middle finger?
I'm going to give him such a dressing down that I hope he laughs about it.
Interesting.
That he has no other recourse but then to just laugh about it.
Yes.
See, now everyone I've ever talked to who's like, man, when I get out here, I'm gonna take a shit in the boss's desk. I want that motherfucker to know I'm leaving, never coming back, and I hate his ass. And then they just don't do anything. Even I've done that. And mostly you gotta think, like, is it just because you want to think that you'll be able to get something that makes you feel like all your time there isn't wasted? Or is it just that really when you get down to it, you know you can't, because in the future you might have to use them like on your resume, not even as a reference, but like on your job history. And if your new employer calls up and's like told you took a shit on the boss's desk, I mean, they might think twice about hiring you.
Yeah, a lot of people like to talk of that fantasy. Some people will actually do it. Some people will go ballistic. But
like Doug
it's
Walker
not common.
did it.
Right.
Yeah, but Doug Walker didn't do it in like such a ridiculous way, because I've seen the video. He just goes into the cafeteria, like takes off his shirt and just says, I quit. It's pretty great.
Takes off his shirt.
He rips his shirt off with the words "I quit" painted on his chest while his brother is blasting Queen, and then he walks out of the building.
I mean that's funny, but that's not really like damaging to like your employer or your boss.
I could be, depending on how much of a stick up with their ass they have.
It could be, and also depends on the job, I guess. Like, if you're a concierge at a 5-star hotel in New York City, that's probably bad.
Yeah, but if you're a concierge at a 5-star hotel in New York City, you're probably leaving the job because a patron offered you like a high-paying position in the company.
Yeah, probably.
So, Olaf, we've never actually asked what you actually do.
Well, I mean, I guess I have to be careful about how I word this, because I do work on military stuff, and we do have like clauses where we can't talk about it, I guess.
Oh shit!
Wait, are you telling me you're a Fed? You're also a Fed?
No.
You're a Fed just like
fuck,
Bad.
he's a Pinkerton! God damn it!
No, but we do contracting work for the military, like building stuff for them.
So,
They are one of our
so
customers.
what is your position called?
I'm a quality inspector.
Okay. Could you give us like a
It's just
run
QA.
QA? Okay. How do you
Yeah,
feel about your
QA.
job?
I'm really good at it and really underpaid.
Okay. That's kind of weird that you guys are military contractors, but you're underpaid.
I'm the only one who's underpaid because I don't know. I just am. I talked to my supervisor a couple weeks ago about fixing that. They said they get back to me.
I feel like the only way
But,
you're gonna get that fixed is if you keep bugging them every 3 days.
oh no, I will. On Monday I will.
So do you actually like your job then?
Oh yeah, I do like it, even though it's stressful sometimes. But that's mostly because my coworkers fuck shit up constantly. Because it's my job to find the shit they fucked up and tell them to fix it.
And no one likes being told that they fucked up and need to fix
You-
something.
Oh, you're right.
You fucked up.
You are right.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
You fucked up. You fucked up. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Me personally, the last job I had wasn't really a real job. It was, and I chronicled it on my Twitter. And I hate the fact I just said I chronicled something on my Twitter. But 9 days of hell dealing with two of the most incompetent people ever. It was the simplest job. Clean carpets in an apartment complex and then blow out the lint vents. How the two could make this the most overtly complicated, annoying, and mind-numbing thing I've ever had to do, I do not know. But
That's that way. I didn't even know that's all you were doing. That was literally
Literally.
the job.
Just blowing out vents and cleaning carpets
Yeah.
or whatever.
and it wasn't even the entire apartment complex. It was just the first floor of 6 buildings.
And they somehow didn't take you for that. Instead, they hired like 2 dipshits. Is that what I'm getting
No.
here?
No, Cross was with said dipshits,
Oh,
Kiri,
and they were
Kiryu,
dipshit.
I was the dipshit that got hired. I was the temp. The other 2 guys are
Oh.
full-time employees who have been doing this for like a year.
oh,
And the worst part wasn't even, I don't know, it wasn't even like going there or being there. The worst part was actually the car ride home, because I haven't had the ability to shower. I barely was able to take a bath in the motel and to barely get clean. I'm stuck in a van
You
with,
you had no access to shower, sir. Like
Yeah.
what? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
and
did they not let you use the on-site showers?
we didn't get a chance to. I thought about it, honestly, but it just never got a chance to. What doesn't make any sense to me is that they had us, like, they had the apartment complex, and they had us, like, doing a home base out of, you know how apartments will have, like, a model apartment? Like, that's one of the apartments made up with all the furniture and everything? They had us based out of that, and there were 3 rooms in that model apartment. We could have just stayed in that room for the duration of our stay, but we didn't. They put us in a motel. And it makes less sense because at the same time that we were there cleaning and another company was also there cleaning, they had painters there. And they did have the painters living in one of the rooms.
What the
So
fuck?
they could have saved a ton of money by just having us stay in that like model room. Then each of us would have had a room to ourselves. All 3 of us would have had a bathroom. And we would have had like normal accommodations. Plus we wouldn't have to drive like 9 minutes out of the way from our motel to the site every day. But no, they didn't do it. That entire like not industry, that entire operation is fucked, and I don't understand why it is fucked. But those guys get underpaid, even though I don't like those 2 guys. The guys who do that get underpaid, and they shouldn't be. They work essentially as subcontractors, and I've worked for contractor before. Your average subcontractor is supposed to get 14 to 15 an hour, even as like a starting pay. These guys are getting 11 an hour, and they're doing like 12-hour shifts, and they're constantly getting overtime.
Yeah, see, that's the problem at my job. When I got hired 7 years ago, it was during the Obunga era, and the economy was a hellscape. So like they weren't paying jack shit. But now they're hiring people at a very, very, very much increased wage, but they're not giving their older employees like me a bump because they're cheap fucks.
Well, yeah, because they don't expect you guys to know that the new employees are getting such a big pay increase, and they don't expect you guys to actually complain about it.
Right, but they're stupid because this is the era of sites like Indeed, where you can literally go and look and see their job openings and see how much they're paying. Someone a few weeks ago caused a huge fucking stink about that because they said, I saw your Indeed job posting for et cetera position, and you're offering this much, but I'm only making this much. What the fuck? They were like, shit. So, that caused a big stink, so.
Oh, fuck, I've been caught. Starting at UPS was interesting because I've been there for 6 years, so almost about as long as you've been doing QA for military stuff.
Not just military stuff, but yeah.
So the starting pay for UPS was kind of meh. It was like 12 an hour, but it came with full benefits because it was union, and it wasn't so bad. It sucks, but when you're only paying so much for medical visits and dentists and shit like that, you kind of just you take advantage of it.
I mean, most people nowadays get a job less because they want the job and more because they want the benefits that come with the job, the health insurance, whatever. And that's really a bad way to choose what job you want, because you could reasonably afford most health insurance and other things just getting the plan privately and not going through the company. And in fact, the company gets a lot of kickbacks because they provide the health insurance and, whatever.
Yeah, I know one of my friends was looking to switch from his employer's insurance to private insurance, but he said the private insurance was really ridiculously expensive. But he also has a wife and 2 kids,
Exactly.
so for him, there's not really a good answer.
Oh man, there are a lot of fun and world event things to talk about. What about you, Olaf? What some fun world events do you want to talk about?
Fun world events? I mean, there's really no such thing as a fun world event anymore, since now we are hurtling towards end of days. At least it sure shit seems like it.
No, this feels not good.
Everyone thought the world was ending 20 years ago.
Was it?
And then, Y2K, and then there was the 2012 meteor. And now there's this. People come up with end of the world prophecies all the time. It's a literal dime a dozen.
Right, but this is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. But shit's been bad before.
Right,
just because you're living through it doesn't mean it's any better or worse than anything else that's ever happened.
Well, this is the first time we've seen the world become a dystopia on an actual global scale.
And that's just kind of a consequence of interconnected.
So, for a final thing for today, let's talk about you come home from the job, you're exhausted. What do you do to relax, guys?
On any given day?
What do you do to relax?
Come home, grab my water out of the fridge, eat dinner. Maybe play some video, maybe read, maybe watch some vids on YouTube. I mean, that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy.
Kiryu?
More or less what Olaf said. Hot shower, play some video games. Right now I'm trying to work through Dark Souls 3. Watch some videos, talk with some people in another server, and,
But
jerk the gherkin.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
But in general, you guys would say probably something you do whenever you get home is you talk with people online. You talk with me. You talk with people on other servers. You engage in communities, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, do a bit of catch up, because like over the course of the day during work, obviously I'll be checking my phone and reading and talking to people, but not to any large extent. But yeah, like what you said, engaging in communities essentially.
And just like that, we're at the end of the episode. Well, boys, what were your final words for the episode? Kiryu?
Bigger is better, and always remember to tip your waitress.
As we all know, Kiryu's theme song is "The bigger the figure, the better."
Damn straight it is.
Oh,
My blood ran cold for a second because I thought he didn't say bigger. I was like, what? But never mind.
we can't let that slip up happen again. Mello got us nearly kicked off. Olaf.
I was like, holy shit, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
But never mind.
Olaf, your final word for the week.
Don't let your employers fuck your eyeballs out.
Yeah, that works. And my final word, as always, is welcome to the true man's world of why would you ever have a Himalayan salt lamp? They're worthless. They literally produce so little light. I think they are a giant fucking scam. And anyone who has one, me included, because my mom gave me one as a gift, and it sucks, and I hate it. But I brought it with me to use as a thing in my dorm, because I thought, I don't use it at home, might as well bring it with me. And it produces so little light, and it's annoying as shit, and I hate it. But I have to use it. And apparently also, since it's made of a salt thing, it attracts water. So if you don't have it on, water pools in the thing, and it will leak out on the bottom. And I lost an entire notebook to this fucking thing, and I hate it. I'm pissed, and I want to go burn down a Romancing the Stone or Anthropology or whatever the fuck that place is called now, because they sell these stupid things. And I want to go to Himalaya, or the Himalayans, murder whoever is mining these things and stop them from ever being imported to the US ever again, because I fucking hate these salt lamps.
But at least if you lick it, it's salty.
I guess. True.
About as useful as tits on a nun, right?
Correct. Goodbye, everybody.
Later, dater.
Everybody's on computer crazy, boy won't belong. They'll be replacing man with machines that talk and can think. Everything is cold and calculating, far away from where love originated. What can I do but reach out to you by the impulse of love? A computer grant to you. SOS, my signal of distress. SOS, it's time that we confess. L-O-V-E, love, can't live without you. What machine can heal a heart that's broken? What machine
What's new today?
What's new today?
Goes out of style.
Goes out of style.
Love may not make the world go round, but it sure makes the trip worthwhile. Da-da-da-dee. Da-da-da-dee.
Everybody's fun. Computer crazy, far away from where. Love originated. What can I do but reach out to you by the impulse of love? A computer came to you. SOS, my signal of distress. SOS, it's time that we confess. LOVE, love, can't live without you. SOS, my signal of distress. SOS, it's time that we confess. LOVE, love, can't live without you. My signal of distress. It's time that we confess.